Kia ora koutou katoa to everyone at the Women in Leadership Forum at this year's Council of Ambulance Authorities Australasian Congress. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to be appearing via video link to speak about women and leadership and to share some of my own experiences. Before I jump in, however, I just would like to say a huge thank you to all of you for your work. Our ambulance crews do such an important job day in and day out. We rely on your dedication and your expertise during emergencies, and often this means sacrificing family time or missing out on other important moments so you can be there for us when we need you most. My grandfather, in fact, many moons ago, was a member of the St John's Ambulance Service, who used to service parts of rural New Zealand, back in a time when you would often have then an ambulance parked up at home just in case someone was called out, and one person would drive and provide services to the person in the back. My grandfather often tells me stories of having to pull over on the side of the road to check on a patient on the way to hospital. Times have changed, but the personal commitment you give to roles haven't. So thank you for all that you do, and please know that your work is hugely appreciated. Historically, our emergency services, they have been male-dominated. When our ambulance services first started in New Zealand back in the 1800s, for example, the workforce was 100% male. And over time, things, of course, have changed. Today, more than half, for instance, of New Zealand's ambulance workforce are women, along with nearly 50% of the executive leadership team for our largest service. However, despite this, there's always more to do. Along with ensuring there's support and pathways in place to help women take that next step, we also need to constantly ask the question, why is it that we as women don't always consider ourselves for leadership roles? And one of the answers, I think, is that we often tend to make assumptions about what a leader needs to look like, how a leader acts. And often that doesn't look like how we see ourselves. Traditionally, whether that's in politics or other fields like emergency services or law firms, local government, our leaders may have historically been male. They may have historically been confident and assertive. When I first came into politics, one of the criticisms I received that I wasn't aggressive enough, that I wasn't assertive enough, and that I hadn't claimed enough scalps as an opposition politician. I remember at that time making a very deliberate decision that if that's what it took to succeed in politics, I would rather accept not being successful than change who I was or how I felt comfortable behaving. I absolutely believe we need more women in leadership to show you can be yourself in these roles, that you can demonstrate both empathy and compassion and still be strong, so the next generation feel that they can do the same. And that's why it's really important that we encourage one another to come together to discuss forms of leadership, the types of leadership that we want to demonstrate or role model in the workplace, and to support each other, to share your stories and ideas, and ultimately help pave the way for everyone to have a place in leadership. That's just a small insight into my journey and my version of the world. I hope as you have your discussions that you too find a way to support one another in your careers and in the roles that you have. And again, I finally sign off by thanking you for all that you do.